You need to know your responsibilities in each of the three domains, product, people, and process, to do your job effectively. It might come as a surprise, but engineering leaders at every level, manager, director, VP, CTO, have the same key responsibilities. They just have different spans of control, and as a result have different things they need to do to tackle them. So what are these responsibilities? First up, let's talk product. Product responsibility 1, deliver software. It's all about deciding what to build, building it, testing it, and shipping it to users. If you don't, you're fired. This is your primary responsibility, the core reason you have your job as an engineering leader. Product responsibility 2, balance features and fixes. You'll come under pressure to constantly innovate and deliver new features and capabilities. But maintaining product quality and limiting technical debt requires time and effort too. You will need to be the one who holds the line, advocating for focus on both features and fixes. If you don't, users will regard your software as buggy and unreliable, even if it's full of features. Engineering team morale will drop from the perception that leadership is uninterested in producing quality software that they're proud of. A low morale team is unproductive and rarely sticks around. Product responsibility 3, inspire engineers to build the product. This responsibility is all about picking technologies and patterns and taking on challenging technical problems. Working with interesting tech to compose elegant solutions is exciting for developers. If you don't, failure to expose engineers to challenging work and interesting technologies will result in limited growth, boredom, and early departure. Product responsibility 4, inspire users to champion the product. You're responsible for advocating the software you build delights users with its design, its speed, its quality, and its utility. Software that delights feels like magic and excites those who use it. If you don't, you'll produce okay software. Users will consider it fine but unremarkable and will be unmotivated to recommend it to others. All right, let's move on to the second area of the machine, people. People responsibility 1, attract, retain, and grow talent. This responsibility is 3 in 1, and it's all about growing your team, keeping them around for as long as you can or want, and making them better while they're in your care. Failing to attract talent results in insufficient horsepower to build the product you want on the timeline you want. Failing to retain talent results in wasted time offboarding team members and onboarding and ramping new talent. Failing to grow talent results in stagnant colleagues and an inability to scale your business. Stagnant team members get bored and quit. People responsibility 2, structure and organize the team. With whatever team you have, you're gonna need to give it some order to make it effective in delivering software. You can do this by giving the team structure and by getting it organized. Structure is the team's makeup, its composition and shape, and it defines where authority, responsibility, and accountability reside. Organization is about facilitating and optimizing the team's communication so they can do their work effectively. If you don't, failure to bring order to the team results in inefficient, that is, slow, incomplete, or failed delivery. People responsibility 3, motivate and inspire the team. There are lots of actions required to deliver a piece of software, and every action your team takes requires some level of motivation to make it happen. A spark of inspiration makes motivation easier. As an engineering leader, it's your responsibility to provide both. If you don't, the people on your team may still deliver, but it'll feel like a grind. Colleagues that feel like work is a chore will leave for more satisfying opportunities. And finally, we'll cover your process responsibilities. Process responsibility 1, deliver on time. When you set a target date for delivery, you're responsible for hitting it. This might be for a software project, for landing a new hire, or for getting a new initiative going. If you don't, trust in you and your team will decline, as other parts of the organization depend on you. Your reputation will suffer. Process responsibility 2, deliver on budget. You're responsible for operating your team and delivering software as effectively as possible within the financial constraints that the business has imposed. You need to know your budget and stick to it. If you don't, failing to stay within your budget means that the business will inevitably come under financial stress somewhere. Process responsibility 3, deliver with quality. You're responsible for producing good results. For people, these are quality colleagues. For product, quality software. If you don't, failure to produce a quality team will result in an inability to execute. Failure to produce quality software will again result in a loss of trust from those around the organization who depend on you and will disenfranchise the people who use your software. Process responsibility 4, keep all stakeholders well informed. You need to devise ways to keep your colleagues aligned. If you don't, failure to keep teammates well informed breeds misalignment, creating disappointment and distrust when expectations go unmet. And there you have it, 11 responsibilities split across product, people, and process. You will need to balance them all, ensuring that the machine that builds the product runs smoothly. Ignore any part of it and the machine breaks down, diminishing your ability to execute. To reiterate an earlier point, every engineering leader in your organization has these same key responsibilities, but depending on your level, your span of control changes, and by extension, the things you need to do to tackle these responsibilities change. Let me give you an example. As an engineering manager for one small team, you have to deliver product. That's product responsibility number 1. Your efforts in making this happen might amount to helping to architect the product or component that your team is building, cutting or adding scope. You might shift work from one teammate to another, or hop in yourself and write code to get it done. As VP Engineering, you also have to deliver software, but now you're responsible for doing it across the breadth of your organization. To do that, you might mandate some specific technology choices and require that teams build API first and log output in a specific way. You might shift ownership of a component from one team to another, and then give strongly weighted input on your product roadmap. Same responsibilities, different efforts. So how can you figure out exactly what to do in your role with the team and the product area under your purview? That is what the third part of the machine framework is for, the set of repeated actions. Establish your principles, determine your priorities, and develop your practices. And that's what we'll cover in the next video. See you there.